Welcome back, and thank you so much for taking some time out of your day to spend with me today. This is Joy, and I really do appreciate your time. I hope that your week has started off on a positive note. I want to spend some time talking to you today about the super empath's cup overflowing. Yep, that's right. Your cup runneth over. Many of you are experiencing the narcissist hoovering, spying, and stalking. Some of you are dealing with their flying monkeys, aka their minions. That's who's doing the spying, stalking, and hoovering right now. It's annoying. And sometimes you ask yourself, why? Why can't they just leave me alone? I'm trying to get on with my life. And these acts of demonic monitoring, harassment, and intimidation are exhausting. It's okay, we can tell the truth. It's exhausting. It's annoying. And honestly, we just want to be left alone. I'm right there with you. I can't even tell you how aggravated and angered I was at the lengths that this narcissist has gone to so that he can hoover me. I mean, the attempts are pathetic. Just when you think that a person cannot sink any lower, I mean, like, how much lower can you really go? Because first of all, they're already crawling on their bellies. So like, hello, they're already eating the dust. How much lower can they go? But they never fail. They sink even lower. They do the absolute most to get your attention. They want you to know that they are watching. They need to know what you are doing. Are you happy? Have you moved on? How could you move on without them? They want to know that they are not forgotten. Because if you have forgotten about them, that signifies that they are weak and pathetic. It signifies to them that they were of little significance to you. And so they have to find out. And if you truly have moved on, they need to come back so that they can reinstate their alleged power and authority over you. If you are like me, while I was at the very beginning of my journey and still processing the anger, the pain, the hurt, the betrayal, I wanted answers. I wanted to know why. Why does he have to spy, stalk, and hoover me? I mean, you had me. I gave you all of my attention, my affection, and my loyalty. And yet, I was brutally devalued and discarded. And now here comes this raggedy, dusty, belly-crawling creature, leaving a trail of funk behind, trying to make me aware that I'm being hoovered. Like, hello? Initially, it was so confusing to me. Why would somebody do this? It doesn't make any sense. But in time, and after having gone through several cycles, I've come to understand that this is the curse of the narcissist. Theirs is a life of regression. They cannot move beyond the holding pattern that they are in. Call it a mental disorder if that helps you sleep better at night. But what I firmly believe is that they are in bondage. Their life is a life of servitude. You give a person the best that you have to offer, and you do so freely. And for what? For them to vomit on you? Proverbs 26:11 reminds us that as a dog returns to its vomit, so a fool repeats his foolishness. That is the NLT version. Some other versions will use the word folly instead of foolishness. Now, when it comes to folly, you consider this a person going back to their old ways, their bad behavior, and lack of good sense. That is what the narcissist wants to bring back into your world again. You see, many of us, and myself included, had to get back in touch with our core in order to heal. And so we sought God. He remained faithful even when we were not. Before the entrapment ever happened, God's word had gone forth. Jeremiah 1:5 says that before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. That means before you were ever formed, he had spent time with you, because you only know what you spend time with. Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart. You were set apart for a reason and a purpose. And as a worker of the enemy, the narcissist has to come to be sure that this reason and purpose does not go forth. And so they come back, or they attempt to, through the hoover, to spin a web of deception, causing confusion, sowing seeds of doubt. They have to return to the scene of the crime to be sure that their work is going forth. Farmers always tend to their crops to see what is growing. Super empath, I want to encourage you today. The narcissist has been trying to hoover you in sneaky, devious ways, and they reach new levels of deception, should I say, to get your attention. But I want to declare over your life today that it will not work. I want you to know that the Lord is your shepherd. He is here to lead and guide you. You may not know exactly where he is taking you, but he is a loving shepherd who will leave 99 sheep in his flock to see about the one that is missing. And it's not that he doesn't care about the other 99, but it's because he wants you to know that he is willing, able, and ready to step out of divinity to see about you, your needs, your concerns, your pain. When you get off track, he is there to guide you back. With this shepherd, you, super empath, will want for nothing, absolutely nothing. The pain of rejection, the fear of abandonment, the lies and the after effects of years of abuse, none of that escaped him. He does not slumber, nor does he sleep. And because he is witness to your pain, he wants you to lay down in green pastures where he will restore your soul. He knows the enemy has had a bounty on your soul and that the narcissist was busy siphoning your soul. He wants to restore your soul. None of this is news to him. But the question is, will you allow him to lead you in a path of righteousness for his name's sake? It's not an easy walk. I'll be the first to admit it. As we move away from unhealthy patterns and behaviors, we are challenged in ways we could never imagine. And so oftentimes we are not prepared. And when they start spying, stalking, and hovering, sometimes we want to give in because it's what's familiar. And you find yourself counting the cost of the loss that you suffered at the hands of the narcissist. But I want to remind you this. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and staff, they comfort me. Your friends don't understand the devastating effects of narcissistic abuse. It's horrendous when the people who bring you into the world are the enemy that you have to consistently fight off. Who do you turn to? Who do you turn to when your pain came from the church? Who can sit with you in the still of the night when your heart is torn? God is there. He will never leave nor forsake you. The narcissists cannot help themselves, and so they have to simply, by default setting, come back to spy, stalk, and hover. And that's what I want you to take away from this. This is evidence of a fool returning to their folly. You see, they want not just to keep you down, but they want you immobilized. They want you in a life of servitude to them and their master. How so, you may ask? By not believing in yourself, by believing the lies of the narcissist, by thinking that they are happier with the new supply, by thinking your life is over without the narcissist. Please, that is all lies straight from the pit of hell. What the narcissist finds when they do come back to hover is you seated at the table that has been prepared for you in the presence of your enemies. The narcissist is not your friend. They are the enemy. Simple things like getting up in your right mind, direct deposit hitting your account, the kids always wearing clean clothes, a roof over your head, a new home, car, business, a promotion, your purpose taking off, you going on a trip, stability, friendships, love in your life. The narcissist cannot stand the sight of it. What's even worse is when hell gets wind of the fact that you are still standing. God is not man that he would lie, neither is he the son of man that he would repent. The enemy thought that the seeds of doubt that he sowed in you would cause God to turn his back on you. When we gave our absolute all to these demonic relationships, the enemy thought that there was no grace for that. Because essentially what happened was that we erected false idols in our lives. And they thought that that was enough to disqualify us. The devil is a liar. There is grace over your life. Look at what they see. They look back and they see you seated at a table, feasting on the goodness of the Lord. One thing I want you to understand about this table that has been prepared for you, this feast with your name on it, it's tailored to you. Everything you like, everything you deserve, everything you desire sits at that table awaiting you. What is at my table looks nothing like what is at your table, because your taste buds, your proclivities are different from mine. It's just for you. And so the narcissist sees, hey, everything that he wants, everything that she wants is right there. Sometimes we expect our victory to look one way. However, the narcissist and the enemy always see it another way. Remember who they are. Shallow, empty, envious, jealous, pathological liars, pathological cheaters, professional victims, all of that wrapped up in shame. So you smiling from the depths of your soul issues a narcissistic injury. You being able to afford to take yourself out for a meal. You didn't have to beg. You didn't have to bribe. You didn't have to con anyone out of that meal. You simply said, I would like to eat this. And you went and you ate that. They can't stand it that you have a standard for your life. It is the simple things that get to them. So when they see you stepping out in the fullness of God, your cup running over with goodness and mercy, they can't stand it. You know why the narcissist hates you? It's because they hate God. And it's in the midst of our valley moments that he anointed our heads with oil. And what this signifies to the narcissist and to the narcissist's father, their master, it signifies who you are. And more importantly, whose you are. Whatever you are facing, whatever challenge you are facing today, please know that there is a place of rest and restoration for you. A place where you will be wrapped up in love. You do not journey alone. And in the darkest of moments, lean on the truth. As you go through the valley, do not be discouraged. Encourage yourself in the knowledge that on the other side of the valley, your tailor-made feast awaits you. You will eat while your enemy watches. In the moments of weakness, know that you have been anointed for this. There is no battle too big for you because your God is bigger. There is no burden too big for you laid at his feet. As devastating as things may appear, hold on to the profession of your faith and never ever forget that your cup runneth over. I hope that this message encourages somebody. It's my firm belief that your cup truly does run over. And I hope that he would open up your eyes, that you would see what he has placed within your reach. Until the next video, everybody, take care of yourselves and take care of each other.